And now, the Garbage Juice Podcast 50th episode Golden Celebration with your hosts, South Florida Lee and Griffin Knight.
Welcome to the Garbage Juice Podcast.
Hey guys, you asked for it. Sweaters, t-shirts, hats, bathing suits, and flip-flops. Keychains, koozies, cup holders, backpacks.
Wow.
Obama.
That's what's up, you know what I'm saying?
Fuck you, Klaus Schwab. Fuck you.
We got all we can do is create awareness, but politics are gonna be politics.
I'm so hungry I could eat a grown man's ass right now.
Zomans, codes, monks, Da Vinci.
This fall on Fox, America's greatest sex sniper. This is the Ryan Positivity Hour.
Hello, Lee.
Still the filter by which everyone gets their news.
Oh, he a cat boy.
Women have been forced to tolerate the manipulative douchebaggery of F-boys for far too long.
Come on, man.
And this.
And it's time to start talking about greatness for our country again. We don't do that.
God save the Queen, man.
We don't do that in America.
Healthy societies are not at all like the one we are living in now. How'd that happen?
It's still America, it's okay.
Utah, give me two.
Hey guys!
That's some solid stuff right there. That's good stuff.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
I
feel like I want a hat. I want a hat.
Yeah, get you a good hat.
For the celebration.
Oh, God, dude, I got a good hat, too. I'll be right back. Hey, I'm Date Mike. Nice to meet me.
You're the son that G.R.R. Martin doesn't talk about.
May or may not have picked it up from a theater company. That may or may not have happened this past
Fell
week.
off their prop truck.
It may or may not have been the case. But I, my friends, have scored one of the best caps known to guys fashion.
And it fits your melon.
Surprisingly.
That is unique.
Yeah, see, I think these hats going to run a little large, right? They're going to have to accommodate.
Yeah, larger men wear them.
The cranium of a gentleman
intelligence.
capable of picking up on a higher plane of signals for what looks good on the cap of a noble aristocratic figure.
Why they make them large?
Yeah, large and in charge. That's a great looking ball cap you got there. The Jaguars teal, the Jaguars, the team of the future, 2025. Look out, Super Bowl town, 2025 America. The Jaguars are on the prowl. Scratch away, kiddies. Even that sounds better than move those chains. I'm sorry.
As we enter the Super Bowl period, the dead period between the championship games and the Super Bowl, I think it's appropriate for me to honor the team that should have been there.
Well, if the lying, stinking, cheating, dirty cabal of NFL refs that shouldn't even be allowed to call themselves refs had any balls at all, if they had any foundation or honor in their life, here we are. This should be a Jaguars versus Jaguars event that we'd be looking at here in a couple weeks from the start of this recording. And in this recording, of course, our Big 5-0, the Golden Shower Celebration, the Golden Shower-bration.
Can you find like a sound effect, like a
the Golden
like a tinkle in a bowl?
Golden Shower-bration. That's right. The showering of great content, the celebration of a mega milestone. We are blessed by the big man upstairs. It feels so good. It feels so good to receive such a blessing from our father, Donald J. Trump. Let's hear him now.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello, everybody. We appreciate the time and the call.
So we've spent a lot of time on this, and if we could just go over some of the numbers, I think it's pretty clear that we're going to have an accurate number over the next 2 days with certified accountants. We had at least 18,000 that's on tape. We had them counted very painstakingly, 18,000, but an accurate number will be given, but it's in the 50s. I think you agree with that, right? That's something I think everyone, at least that's a number that everyone agrees on. But that's the difference. And we're trying to get to those numbers, and we will have them. They'll take a period of time, certified, but they're massive numbers. The other thing, they went to obituaries, they went to all sorts of methods to come up with an accurate number, and that doesn't play too well. The bottom line is when you add it all up, and then you start adding, this just came up this morning, but many of those numbers are certified, or they will be certified, but they are certified. Those are numbers that are there, that exist, that beat the margin of loss. They beat it, by a lot. And people should be happy to have an accurate count. There's turmoil in Georgia and other places. You're not the only one. We have other states. Now, why can't it be open to the public, and why can't we have professionals do it instead of rank amateurs? Someday you'll tell me the reason why, because I don't understand your reasoning, but someday you'll tell me the reason why. But, there were other things also that were...
Folks, if you're just joining us, this is Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America, leaving the Garbage Juice podcast a message. Yes, this is a message.
Almost as bad as that, but having a correct... The people of Georgia are angry, and there's nothing wrong with saying that, that you've recalculated. They're going around playing you and laughing at you behind your back. Whether you know it or not, they're laughing at you because of cheating, because they cheated like nobody's ever cheated before. And I don't care how long it takes me. This is never given. We have some incredible talent said they've never seen anything. Now, the problem is they need more time for the big numbers, but they are very substantial numbers. And I think you're going to find that they, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. And that is criminal. That's criminal. Okay, that's another criminal. That's another of the many criminal events. Many criminal events here. Did you know that, Ryan? Because they thought you'd be in jail. You just say you stick by. I've been watching you you don't care about anything. Your numbers are right. But your numbers aren't right. They're really wrong. And I know this phone call's going nowhere other than, and I'm not looking to blame anybody. I'm just saying that, Stacey Abrams is laughing about, she's going around saying these guys are dumber than a rock. And you didn't know that, but now you know it. So look, can you get together tomorrow? We just want the truth. It's simple. And I would like you to, are you guys able to meet tomorrow, Ryan? I don't need to know names. They like you. They can't believe what they found. They want more people like you. And the only people that like you are people that will never vote for you. You know that, right? They like you, It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Donald.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Okay.
What was I love the end.
The perfect phone call. The perfect phone call via answer machine. Congratulations. I take that as a congratulations. What would you say, Lee?
It was the most coherent, the most well thought out and delivered statement I think I've ever heard in my life. Now, what is that in relation to, Ryan? What is he talking? What is Papa Bear talking about there?
Papa Bear and the unimaginably amazing health, better than ever. People are saying, many are saying this, sounding wonderful, very poetic. That of course was an answering machine message. Our inbox, let me just say, this past month, the inbox is jam-packed with congratulations from the fans. And you know what, Lee? I think I'd like to take the beginning of the show to just kind of look back kind of see everything that there is to be thankful for. Pull up a few things that really shine in the old memory banks and a lot of stuff that resonated with the fans out there. But yeah, Donald J. Trump, Mr. President, gave us a shout and just wanted to congratulate us. And what I'm hearing, the dog whistle that I'm picking up is we're not just at 50, which makes this milestone even better. It's maybe many times more.
Yeah, we beat the margins.
We beat the margins. He is not just a fatherly mentor to both of us here at the show and the greater part of the Garbage Juice podcast media radio network. DJT is our financial advice. We learn from his teachings, and what he's saying to us is the hard math behind the real numbers that only real sharks can deliver. And what he's telling us is that there's been a lot of cover up, a lot of really nasty things, and he gives tough love, like all great mentors will give you. Tough love, the real love, as we say here on the show. So he wasn't holding punches, and $10 million or that in your inbox. I know what I choose.
The call.
Absolutely. Also, we need, he mentioned we need more time for the big numbers. We need more time for those big numbers to come in. They're still doing the math on that. And we need people to answer.
I'm going to be honest, Ryan. I don't understand a whole lot of what was said.
We'll replay it. We got all the time in the world tonight.
It's a celebration. It's a celebration. How often do you get to celebrate something in January? Right?
Nothing to be happy about it.
Nothing.
You can't. There's nothing really going on. It's just nothing but
except for the Garbage Juice podcast.
Except for the Garbage Juice podcast 50th episode celebration, Shower-bration podcast-a-palooza. Showering with podcasts, culture, content, vibes, and explosion.
So you mentioned you wanted to go back in history, right? Back in the archives. And again, as Donald Trump said, we don't fully know how many episodes there are.
No, we don't.
There could be, we think there's 50.
Yes.
There could be another 20,000 out there. We're not entirely sure. We're going to have to go find them. And I think he's going to help us put pressure on the right people to go get those votes that we need to, go get those episodes that we need to find. But in the meantime, while that's working in the background, whether it's our 50th or our 3,050th, I want to turn things back to you, Ryan, so we can take a trip through Garbage Juice history and really celebrate, as like we said, today's the celebration, our success. The 4th of July is a revolutionary holiday, and you need to have a revolutionary mindset. So what are the Garbage Juice points for having a revolutionary mindset this 4th of July? Ryan, point 1.
Explosions.
Point 2.
Self-defense.
Point 3.
Appropriate time off of work.
Point 4.
Start drilling, DeSantis.
And point 5.
Real estate possibilities on wetlands.
There we go.
That's it. That's your Freedom 5 for J4. You have your Freedom 5, folks, and we're giving them to you because we know that you're coming to us to stay as ahead of the game as possible. You're going to be.
This clip is great.
Brilliant points. You remember that one? You remember way back episode?
I don't remember that at all.
That's.
Are you sure that's me and not some AI?
Yeah, to me, it sounds like a healthier, probably less fatter version of myself, much younger. This was years ago. It feels like just over a decade or so. I love circling back to the 5 tenets of 4th of July, just like I love circling back to a lot of our wonderful episodes, jam-packed with informative, creative content to help you figure out this wild life we call world.
episode, when is it going to be like listenable? And I was like, the first prologue you listen to, there's a reason it's called prologue. Like there's a progression here. We're growing as producers, as podcast men. We're developing the skill set that, it takes time. You don't just show up tomorrow and you can run a fucking successful podcast.
The guy that I podcast with is literally he's homeless. He's going to a public library to record. He's doing his best. Good times from the past.
Is that are those all the clips you have?
We have. That's about all I got around to doing right before the show.
That's
like
great.
I said, it's the 50th episode, and we're more excited than ever to be here.
That's wonderful. That's so funny. Why would either of us be prepared with 10 minutes of various clips from the history of Garbage Juice? It would totally defeat the brand. It would defeat everything we've built ourselves on.
I searched through my phone, episode highlights or something. I always told myself that I would get around to writing more notes about highlights. With these goddamn interns, nobody wants to work anymore, folks.
Fuck, they don't. These Zoomers, they just want to eat peanut butter and take Adderall, play Call of Duty, watch TikTok.
But you know what? We're here. We're doing episode 50. Here we are, the 50th time we're doing the same 50 jokes. So this is more of like a 2,500 episode. If we do the math correctly, multiple times the number 50. If you're listening to the show, chances are you're into numerology and you understand the significance of 4 5s and what that means for our future, for all of our wonderful new bits to come. Once we get to that point where we decide, hey, you know what, we're going to try new jokes, because the 50 that we tried in the first 50 episodes mean that we've done them 50,000 times, and maybe at some point we'll graduate from them. But I love being here, and I love you, Lee, and I love doing the show. I love having a blast with my big bud over there, sharing the dual castles of the media empire here, from the kingdoms of the North and the South, of the only place that matters, the American Southeast.
The deep Southeast.
The deep Southeast. I'm just giddy. I'm happy. I got a lot of energy flowing through me for this recording. Of course, not as much as maybe a younger me that we just heard there back from season 1. And folks, if you haven't heard season 1, go check it out. Go pull it up. It's on SoundCloud. It's on YouTube. It's on
Spotify.
Acast. Still don't really know what that is. But it's a thing.
It's on. It posts all of the content, all of our episodes to Spotify, to YouTube, to Google Podcasts, to Apple Podcasts. I post it in one place and it sends it everywhere. It delivers it to everyone's listening preference, platform listening, content platform preference, the preferred platform of content for the platform that they prefer of content.
Real nerd stuff, you could say. Absolute dork shit.
Real gentlemen. Download the episodes from Patreon.
Welcome back to Real Nerd Hours.
Real men that work real jobs with their hands, their bodies. Download this podcast to an Apple iPod from 2003.
That's right. We're your hosts, Brixton and Braxton, on the mics and the ones and twos. Call the number, request your favorite indie sleaze hit now. That's
Crystal Castles. Give me some Crystal Castles.
College Nerd Hours.
Ryan, you'd know this better than I would. Do hipsters still exist? Like the hipsters that we associated with, are they still around? Is that something that people still are that are under 30?
Yeah, it's not that much though.
Oh, really? Where'd it go?
That's like finding a steampunk guy.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they're out there, but they're just keeping the scene, a very much dead scene, alive. I'd say so much of the hipster use in our culture happened post hipster high point. Never really described an actual majority cohort. It never actually described a majority. It just described kind of a generational hate sentiment. Of course, there was these people, but everyone's like old now. We're all like 50 years old, so you're not going to see people keeping that scene alive. It's not because it was never really outside of a few neighborhoods. You know, you get a few booming gentrified warehouse districts around the country. There's only so many of them that could exist.
You're saying it was never much to begin with.
Good luck riding your bicycle to work in Atlanta, Georgia. You got a death sentence. Best of luck to you.
Suicide. You're suicidal.
Best of luck to you traversing on two wheels all of the major trucking routes of the U.S. That's basically all of our cities that aren't, the existing dozen from the 18th century. Everything else is modern construction, and it's built for the car. It's built for the car. That's why we say, drill, DeSantis, drill. We're going to build on the wetlands. We're going to increase the value of the Sunshine State. And we're going to keep our motor vehicles and motoring all across this good land for all the million miles of paved street. No, the hipster can't exist. The whole ecosystem died out. You can't think like that.
But where did it go? Like, because I mean, I guess you have the hipster as kind of a evolution of the hippie, and the hippie kind of transcended maybe the 60s, 70s, maybe into the 80s quite a bit. Then I guess you had the grunge type pre-hipster, what I'd call them. And then in the 2000s, where we became men, is where you had the actual hipster scene.
The real spread of technology the past 30 years brought on the collision of the atomic particle here. So if you say, where did hipster go? Hipster went in a million different directions. Hipster went to just some guy that buys an eco-friendly F-150. Hipster goes into, I used to drink craft beer, but now I watch NFL football. Hipster goes into, I shoot guns for my hobby on the weekend. Hipster goes into, I'm playing pickleball. I'm willing to, I'm ready to vote for Kamala Harris for president in 2028. And that's a direct, like more easily traced, you get recollection where that came from, what that is now. Hipster, maybe guy in his 30s.
I don't see him anymore out in the wild, at least where I live and all the places I travel. I just don't see him.
Skinny jeans? I see that a lot here in Atlanta, but I think that's just more of an anomaly. I think there's other reasons there. But not a lot of.
I can't comment on what's going on in Atlanta, dude. It's a strange place.
You don't really see the actual skinny jean of a hipster period. I don't know what is hipster. It's a person that goes to a coffee shop.
I can actually.
You know who loves coffee?
I can actually do. I have the definition.
American patriots love coffee.
You know the artist Grimes?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so Grimes built her own boat in 2009. This is before she was Grimes. Built her own boat and sailed the Mississippi with a friend in her home-built housecraft with 20 chickens and chickens, a sewing machine, and 20 pounds of potatoes. But soon after setting sail, the engine failed, and they spent 3 weeks traveling downstream, attempting to fix the boat and dealing with the police. This is the definition of hipster. No one does this anymore. Who does this anymore? Who does these type of activities?
Okay, this is another offshoot here. The permaculturalist, the homesteading, the fifth wheel trailer nomadic lifestyle. I'll kind of put these in the same crunchy category, I think. We got people that are off the grid more, and maybe we don't interact with them at all. Where are they? You know, mountains in the western divide.
Yeah, somewhere remote in Alabama, perhaps, but not hillbilly, but younger hillbilly, urbanist, ruralist, ruralist.
It used to be that was a concession made by young adults to forego the shackles of home ownership. You could save a shit ton of money and then get some cool traveling in. That sounds like a lot of work to me, but it would have been a concession. Now it's just equally expensive. You can no longer just offer to go pick up someone's broke down trailer or Airstream.
We're getting away from the point. That's the most hipster thing I ever saw, because it wasn't, I didn't see it personally, but I ever heard about, right? That to me is a box of culture. Now, the nomad you're describing, I think, is different. I'm going to argue that it's different. I like to put this activity in a box of culture that I consider the hipsterest of hipster, the indie grunge. Because Grimes, if you look up the indie sleaze playlist, well featured there, obviously. Like,
yeah, she's earned the right.
Yeah, right. Because once you build your own boat and try to sail down the Mississippi with chickens, a sewing machine, and 20 pounds of potatoes, and the police, who in the article, the police are commenting, "I love the idea of a Tom Sawyer adventure. The problem is it's not 1883. You can't do that anymore. You have to follow the rules." That's the actual quote in the article. Where are the people doing that and that creative kind of concept there, you know? Where rules are illusionary and music is what it was. And maybe I'm trying to describe a time, but I have to imagine that hipster still exists in some fashion, maybe updated in a way. How was it? Superiority, being a culturalist at that time?
The Mississippi River is gross. Who would want to actually be on that nowadays? It's actually gross. But I love your point, Lee. It is a romantic's worst nightmare. Killing off, desecration, blasphemy. Music should come from a pretty kick-ass place.
I have an idea. Let's look at what Pitchfork reviews, because that will give me a sense, because if music is culture, as we're kind of getting to, like whatever they just reviewed should be.
Dude, have you looked at Pitchfork recently?
No, not in years. I don't know enough of what's going on here from an artist's perspective to be able to say what's what.
So you're basically saying you pulled up a website, you can't even read it.
I guess
it's so foreign.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
All the content that you're reading is so incredibly new and foreign. You're so out of touch that none of it even registers as English.
Not a single thing on this page, besides Andre 3000. I know him obviously from Outkast. Not a single thing on this page makes any sense to me whatsoever. And Sufjan Stevens, again, I imagine they're still releasing music because there's people from our generation who will buy it, go see them when they tour to play it. But other than that, I'm just looking at page 1 of best new music. I don't know anything here, obviously.
Okay. Folks, you listen to the show, you know, we like to have fun. You also know that I'm a complete idiot. I'm a moron. I've got zero cognitive capacities most of my life. complete signs of oxygen lack to the brain. But I listened to like what I think was like the top 50 tracks, best new tracks list, and I liked it, but it's all women. Again, I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm wrong about that. the top 50, it was just women artists. I'm a huge fan of women. Here at the show, we've got 50 episodes under our belt respecting women.
We're about to do our love episode in a couple weeks.
That's right. Look forward to that, folks. That's coming up. Probably next episode. Love advice relationship episode. Round 2.
We're going to recap the Super Bowl and do our love episode, probably in the same episode, probably in the same session, I would imagine. But that's all about love of women. Super Bowl, love episode.
If you don't like that pitchfork list, you're a misogynist.
Happiness is a meatball.
Oh, wow.
This kind of reminded me of listening to Grimes when I was like 23. Kind of had a similar feeling.
I'm just a liar, 'cause you never tell the truth to me. Sorry's a dozen roses.
Is this Taylor Swift?
That's right. This is the hated, vile Taylor Swift.
Happiness is an 8-ball. Taylor Swift.
Georgia gets by. The artist name there caught my eye, but this was one that I found on the Pitchfork. I think one of the indie sites that's still around.
I can tell how much you're loving new music. This was added on your hit list. You add a song every year and a half or so.
You pick me up from my soul. You know I'm home with you.
You like that Tame Impala song I sent you the other day?
Oh yeah,
with Justice. That's a banger right there. I listened to that thing 3 or 4 times straight when I heard it.
Yeah, I had that one on repeat too.
It's just a great combination of those two together.
I can't get enough of it.
Yeah, it's such a banger. It sets my brain on fire. Like, it's just, it's so good. How could anyone listen to that and not be like, oh, that's amazing?
Amen.
One thing I think about when I hear a song that is indescribable in the way it hits me, I devour it like a delicious meal. I listen to it so much over and over and over again. And I'm trying to be more mature about that now. I think it's important to take your time with these type of things.
No, that's actually not the mentality of the show. We gobble shit up. We're trash boys. We're the scum family. Garbage.
Yeah, cut that out. Yeah, cut that out.
Leaving it. We're leaving it.
Anyway, that's just an incredible song. And Justice,
Tame Impala.
I've always appreciated. Obviously, Tame Impala, I've been a massive fan on since my best friend Ryan Basand.
Griffin Knight.
Ryan Griffin. Oh, fuck. You're right. Griffin Knight.
Of Griffin Knight Real Estate Industries CEO. Good day. It's great to be here on the podcast.
Griffin Knight, our own resident.
On the yacht. The Wi-Fi is very nice.
Australian millionaire real estate magnate, life coach extraordinaire, Griffin Knight.
Folks, Justice, Tame Impala, as Lee just mentioned, great collab. This show right here, it's a mirror image. It's like we're looking in the mirror. When we're listening to Justice and Tame Impala, we're thinking Lee Ryan. That's what we're thinking.
Oh, yeah. It's
when two
couldn't have said
magicians
it better
come
myself.
together in a marriage so spectacular that the world is a better place.
I'm disappointed they're only making one song. These guys should make a whole fucking album.
Not a coincidence that they just released this here the week of the 50th. The week of the Shower-bration, we get this gift, and we also get another gift.
They call me offensive, controversial. There's only two genders, boys and girls. They can't cancel my message because I'm the biggest independent rapper in the whole freaking world. Claim that I'm racist, yeah, alright. I'm not ashamed because I'm white. If every Caucasian's a bigot, I guess every Muslim's a terrorist. Every liberal is right.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts.
No, is this Ben Shapiro? Shut up. Shut up.
Dog, it's a yarmulke.
No, it's not.
Look at the graphs.
It's AI.
You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison. I'm on television.
I'm sorry, Lee, was that stop the music?
No, there's no way. This is AI generated. It's not real.
Dogs, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens. And I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nikki, take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's get a Billboard #1.
This ain't rap, this ain't
No. Oh, it's real. Oh, no, it's
Thank you,
real.
Ben Shapiro and Tom McDonald's, for giving us this banger of a cut. That's right. Also just released this week in honor of the show, sent to us, first release early, a iTunes #1 rap genre music banger.
This is the album cover for the 50th episode.
Yeah, for the album.
Put my face and
Yeah.
your face right there.
Oh, send me that picture. Send me that JPEG right now. with the edits, please.
You know what? I need to start up a Discord. We can be real Zoomers. Use Discord.
A garbage juice first. A live on air introduction into a social media thing. Wow, technology is great.
You see, but you know what I love about it? That it's so fast. Like I had the web app up over here, and I'm just like, I'm gonna create it. I hit 3 buttons, and it was created. And I could share my link and invite you. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Okay, please click on the most similar shape in the reference star. Okay, well, I'll get back to this later. That's boring me now.
It feels like one of the prologue episodes where I'm just like fucking setting shit up on the side while we're trying to make an episode.
Big congratulations for having reached your 50th episode. It's been a great journey so far, and here's to many more fantastic shows. Well done, boys.
Hello guys, this is Kyle Chaves, and I'd just like to thank everybody on board on the podcast for making this podcast such a success. And I'd just like to congratulate you guys on your 50th episode, and hopefully there will be many more of these achievements, especially at the 100th. Me and Alex both appreciate what everybody's doing for the podcast, and I hope me and Alex one day come back as on as a guest. I'm sorry today we could not make it on the podcast because we had we were already arranged plans, but yeah, I'd just like to congratulate you guys, and you guys are really doing a great job with this podcast, and I'd like to thank all the fans that are watching the podcast weekly, everybody that, drops a comment down, whether it be on the YouTube channel or the Twitter page, and everybody that asks their questions. Is just making the podcast better entertainment for everybody, and yeah, so that's all I got for you guys, and thank you guys. Peace out.
I love looking back into all the great that we've put out, all the good, all the wise, all the exact predictions leading right up to this year's Super Bowl. Folks, if you go back, season 2, episode 12, we predicted the Kansas City Chiefs and the fail Francisco Niners. We put this in there early on, beginning of this season. We called the Jaguars' inevitable demise halfway through the season. We even had Oscar picks.
Which was bought and paid for by different teams and organizations throughout the NFL.
That's right. I love our predictions. I love all of the fortune telling that we're capable of doing here, and we've really been blessed by some of the greatest fans that the internet has ever known.
Hey guys, it's Zach. I just want to congratulate the podcast team on reaching 50 episodes. I would have loved to be here today, but I'm gonna be without Wi-Fi for a few days out in the wilderness for a job training program. But I just think I want to say that these last few months have been great as part of such a wonderful team, and I'm proud to be part of such a fantastic group of guys. Thanks so much. Enjoy your 50th episode. Congrats.
The outpouring of support and respect, admiration, a feet-kissing energy in a lot of these messages, it's well deserved. And to you, Lee, I raise my glass. Sure, all you listeners out there can join in, but really this one's to Lee and us. We earned it. We deserved it. We worked hard for it, but we couldn't have done it without you folks. So cheers.
Cheers. Or as we say, l'chaim.
L'chaim here on the show. All you Juice Boys around the world.
Well, now's your chance. As I was going to say, now's your chance to put in post. Like you could cut it and put in post some old clips.
Yeah, but
if you wanted to.
See, the thing is, if I don't have it written down, it becomes increasingly harder to do that without
Well, you just got to listen. You got to go back and listen to every minute of every episode.
Yeah.
To see what you want.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what becomes hard, because it's like, oh, this is kind of the same joke, or this is kind of the same quality as the other one.
You're saying they all kind of blend together?
Yeah, kind of the same. Yeah, it really is. Like trying to listen to yourself talking about something that's dumb. It's really one of the hardest things to do out there, which is why.
Well, we're not here to make it for ourselves. We're here to make it for other people.
Yeah, you listeners, you owe us. You listen up. You go to the Patreon right now. You subscribe. You hit that button. You give us some money so we can keep this show excelling into the White House and back to Mar-a-Lago. We need to get our brunch game on. We'll get celebrities in here. More than you could ever imagine for the show. But of course, we don't need you. We are privately funded by some of the world's biggest, brightest mind and billionaires. And I'd say it is a real honor to sit here across from you, Lee.
Likewise. It's been the honor of a lifetime to do this with you and to be able to call you my best friend and the person I speak to more than anyone in this world. As my wife will tell you, I hate talking to her. It's the worst.
Yeah, it's only natural. And some people say it's not healthy, but again, people don't need to give their advice.
Yeah, I don't care about it. She just starts talking and I immediately leave the room. So to actually engage in conversation with another human being, and if I were to look at the amount of time I've spent talking to anyone in this world, you're number one, right? You're easily number one. And it's documented. It's completely documented for human history, right? This is never going away. They're never the society would have to totally melt down.
They could never scrub us from the archives.
And we're going to record our voices and our episodes into, that record they put on the Voyager spacecraft that went out like in the 1970s?
Yeah. No, time capsule
They made this
stuff.
record in case aliens find it in space about humans. This is what we've created of our own podcast. So it's going to be around forever, even if civilization collapses and all of the servers and all the internet goes away forever. And it's like Walking Dead. We're living in like farmland, fighting our way through the zombie apocalypse. This will still be recorded somewhere forever.
Hey guys, this is Tim. You all know me as Timo on Twitter. I just want to congratulate you on 50 episodes. To all the past and present members, great work. It's always been fun to listen to, and it's been especially fun to be on the pod as well, with you guys sharing my opinion on all things football related. It's been excellent. Here's to another 50 episodes, and good luck, guys.
Calling because I'm reading the latest Epstein documents that came out, and they had his
And let's face it, most shows don't ever get to 50. You can Google it. I tried finding it.
What percentage of podcasts get to episode 50?
Less than 0.3.
You have to imagine 80% don't make it past 10 episodes.
That's right.
People get tired of each other. They hate talking to each other. They're like too intelligent for each other. They don't have enough free time.
Overcommit to their own abilities, give up, feel the depression of imposter syndrome, doubt themselves into bad health habits, drink themselves silly, and give up in shame and shambles.
That will never be us.
Never. Why? Because we're strong. We're talented. We're blessed by the Almighty.
DJT!
And blessed by you listeners around the world.
Around the world in every time zone. Forever.
Oh, man. It's been such an amazing journey.
I have to take this occasion. I want to say this before I forget. I have to give you recognition is probably the best way to describe it. I want to recognize you as the man who puts it all together. You're the reason we're here at episode 50.
Thank you.
Because it all happens on the editor's floor.
When we get the writers and the editors together here, we work our magic. A room full of gung-ho interns, willing and ready to work for college credits. Some of them, I won't name names, but we're not fit for this business. It's been a lot. I won't say names because I can't. I don't remember them all. But when we get together, when I get these young minds on the straight and narrow, and we get some of the best podcast episodes and some of the most magical, top-notch production value in every episode. It is a beautiful thing, and thank you, Lee, for such high regards and the nomination for an Emmy. Really, this is an audio format thing, and I'd like to give one right back to you because, of course, without the show's management, without the management of this show that you do so well, I'm talking about keeping the bills paid, keeping the hosting going. Without that, my friend, this would just be a file on my computer and not shared with the world around. Given the opportunity to spread our wings of magic across the great radio waves here on RSS feeds around the world. Satellites.
I really appreciate that.
And speaking of satellites, I would also like to announce in celebration with the 50th episode that friend of the show, Elon Musk, has willingly given me an opportunity to be the world's first patient for Neuralink. That's right. Who is the mystery man that gave his body to Elon Musk's science? That is me, Ryan B. Sand of Garbage Juice Podcast. Thank you, Elon Musk. And I cannot wait for the version updates. And I turn my IQ into 1,000,000, just like yours, sir. Look forward to all of the information I will gain and all of the neuro improvements that will come from being linked into Elon Musk's satellite system of worldwide knowledge. The culmination of all things of wisdom and truth, and a platform that you can do it all on. This show is sponsored by X.com, the everything app.
I was thinking, Ryan, you are perfect.
Thank you.
As patient zero.
I am. We should
for a Neuralink implant, a permanent brain surgery implant. They did it to one person. They got permission from the government to do it to one person, to drill a hole in the person's skull and put a transmitter in there forever for the rest of this person's life. And it's you.
Nothing could go wrong with this at all. There is nothing unholy poltergeist-like that could happen from such a scenario. And all of the test animals that died in the process, every single one of them tested on, they gave their life for this wonderful science, are, of course, in heaven right now, cheering us on for this wonderful advancement in Elon Musk science.
You're a hero, Ryan, and it's only a matter of time before you're controlling me through the monitor.
I gotta tell you
with your
story.
psychic abilities.
I gotta tell you a story. A guy I work with claims he's friends with Elon Musk. Not joking.
Oh, really?
Not joking.
Serious?
Yeah. Brought it up on his own early on. And
how does that get brought up? Where you're just talking about some topic, and he's like, "Oh, I'm actually friends with Elon Musk."
Got connected through Elon Musk's sister, who owns a production operation here in North Georgia. I met Elon, and I guess hit it off. So is now in the inner circle. Is now like the 100th chair at X.com. He has flown in Elon's private planes with him. Says that Elon likes to drink the brown liquors. He's a real
whiskey man.
Whiskey
a
guy,
whiskey man.
Bourbon,
oh, yeah.
maybe. So only does the high dollar stuff.
I mean, if there's anyone who can afford it.
And he is claiming that Bitcoin is about to go to the moon. So this guy was playing the hits, and I loved it, and I kept him going. Other people might have written him off, but I said, I want more info. Give me more about this interaction with Sir Elon himself.
Like, have you challenged him on this? Is there, can you dive deeper into it?
He described like interactions with him. I mean, he said he tried to get him to smoke weed, but he wouldn't smoke weed with him.
Only with Joe Rogan.
Right.
Only with Joe Rogan.
Or the Juice Boyz here in the studios.
My brother in Christ. You're damn right.
Hey guys, just wanted to send out a big congratulations on episode number 50 and looking forward to hearing the next 50 more.
It's Neil. Congratulations on your 50th podcast. It's always fun listening to you guys. Congratulations to everyone who's involved in the podcast. Look forward to many more. Cheers.
Can I show you something real quick? Do you see that we already had a Garbage Juice podcast Discord?
Yeah.
Do you see what the image is here?
Yeah, it's probably not the best.
Of the server?
Yeah, this could be a flagged Discord.
I got to invite you to this now. How do I do that? I'm going down the rabbit hole. I'm too high. Anyway, he's talked to you about that Elon Musk likes to drink brown liquor. He's told you things about him that could be said about pretty much anyone that you've ever met.
Yeah.
Right? Like general things.
Look, it's just the idea of someone who didn't just briefly mention it, but really stuck by it, that he knows them and he chills with them.
It's one thing to say I met him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I met him, and he
was cool.
And so I know him because I hung out with him. Well, maybe you saw him once and you saw him again through a work function. That makes sense. And you shook hands with him. That also makes sense. But to go into, I know him. He flies me out sometimes. Wow. That's an incredible claim that I have to report.
Does he have pictures?
As a journalist, he brought up a recording on his phone that Elon left a message, or he recorded a conversation, but it's not his voice. It's only Elon's voice. So it's just Elon talking to someone on the phone, but no voice reply. And he played it for us.
No.
He played that.
No way.
He played that for us.
No way, Ryan.
Yeah. There's only
no way.
There was only like a couple guys around me, and a couple guys walked away. So it was just me and another guy that actually heard it. And the whole time we were like, oh my God, dude. How could you record something where it's just his voice, first of all? Like, why wouldn't the recording pick up both your voices?
If he was flying you out, wouldn't you take pictures of his jet? Like just one time, just be like, hey, look, I'm sitting, here's the private jet I was on. Here's a photo. Here's Elon's dick in my ass.
Moral of the story, folks, check in with your Gen X friends.
You should ask him if he is patient zero of Neuralink.
The generation of men and women out there, they got the special blend of both lead and microplastics in our waters and in our foods. The most corrupt of us all. Check in with your Gen X friends and see how they're doing. Talk to them and see what kind of crazy stories you can juice out of them, and email them to the show, garbagejuicepod@gmail.com.
All right, I got to bring you into this Discord.
Discord is one of the most confusing things for me.
It's just a chat platform, but we can share things with each other much easier. Anyway, this is not something I should be doing on episode 50.
No, it's all right. It's okay. But I'm not going to click it because I'll get lost. I'll get way lost.
Oh, I know. I know your neurals linked together.
Look,
you'll interface with the system forever.
You just wait. Once my updates start kicking in, and check it out. It's only $9.99 a month. They put a chip in you and then they charge you for it to work. That's genius. Hey, you want your brain to work? You got to pay the premium. Otherwise, you're going to get ads. Ads running in your skull 14 hours a day.
Yeah, I mean, the only solution for that is a gun in the brain. Like a bullet.
Oh, God.
That's the only solution.
Episode 50, man. We did it. We made it.
Fuck yeah. I've never walked away once and been like, oh, that wasn't that fun. I've always had a good time. I can honestly say I've never once walked away and been like, meh, I didn't enjoy that. I've enjoyed every single moment of this from prologue 1 to episode 50.
I got tears. I'm so happy. Look what a bright future we have as well.
So much content to come.
We're in an election year. Here at the show, we got a lot of predictions to come. Again, next episode is going to be the relationship love advice episode, round 2. We're going to bring in all the experts, and we're going to dish out some great advice for what can be a pretty tough romantic season for a lot of us out there.
We have Spring Break 24 coming up in March after that.
Yeah, I'm going to Panama City, live in Panama City, the Garbage Juice Podcast. Panama City Beach, Florida. That's where the kids go.
You know what? We should do that. How much is it to fly to PCB right now from Hotlanta? $50?
Yeah, for me. I'm going on standby, take the Airbus. I take the Greyhound bus in the sky, which is standby flying.
Am I gonna get on? We'll see.
I'm in seat 51 B.5. It's just a half seat. No man spreading in that one. No, sir. Let's check your white privilege seat.
As
you in Tom McDonald. I hate me because I'm white. Did you know at all that video came out, that the Ben Shapiro rap came out?
I could have, if I didn't go Google search it, I would have spent my life believing that it was an AI construct.
Yeah.
No, not that you made it. You would have never been able to make that. But someone would.
No, believe me, if we didn't record tonight, I was going to try to find the instrumental and try to do my own rap, and then pitch frequency up my voice to try to match and do my own lyrics with it, which would still be a lot of fun.
For you, Ryan.
Would be a lot of fun. And I mean, he speaks very fast, or all of the recording we hear from him is like intentionally sped up, which I guess a lot of content nowadays is sped up like that. But it already sounds AI. He was original AI himself.
Oh yeah, we got spring break coming up. We can go to PC. We can look into going to PCB, right? So what I was going to get to, because I got distracted, what I was going to get to is that I got a new job, and I have the whole month of February off.
My guy, that sounds like a sweet deal.
So how can I not plan some travel to Atlanta for our own spring break? Why not get us a shitty Airbnb, Panama City Beach, just hang out for a weekend? Or I could come to Atlanta, I mean, either one.
On the boardwalk reporting from spring break. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
Ooh. That'd be entertaining as hell.
That'd be big. That'd be real big for the show.
That'd be huge. Like live content, like a video montage.
Everyone would want to hear
Wouldn't you like
themselves.
to do some video editing? You've done so much audio editing that you could start graduating to video editing and make like a 20-minute YouTube of our escapades.
That would be a lot of fun.
Am I thinking right?
I think so.
We could sell our NFTs.
The problem is that February is not good, for real beach season, boardwalk season, and spring break for colleges. It starts in February.
I can figure it out. Late February could be the time.
Ski slopes, like ski resorts. That's where the kids are in February.
Isn't it like so expensive to go?
Yeah,
I've never gone to a ski resort.
I mean,
I can only imagine how much that costs.
I mean, you got to like buy a ticket. And especially during peak season, it could be harder.
Well, don't you have to go to a place where there are mountains to ski on?
Yeah. Yeah. And all those tickets are jacked up because they know people are trying to go there to snow ski.
Mm-hmm.
The freshest, gnarest pow, West Coast, of course. The freshest nar pow.
Yeah, I got to go out to the Rockies, right?
Yeah. Looking for that powder. Yeah.
It's even better when you tell people you go to the Canadian Rockies, like, oh yeah, no, I don't even stay in the US. I go to Canada. Their snow is even purer.
I remember in high school driving with my buds to West Virginia for a winter type trip to go snow ski in the Appalachia. And it's definitely shit snow, mostly like blown out there from the snowmaking machines. So it's like real tough conditions. But driving back, a couple of the guys, I should say we devised a system I brought up here on the show before known as the piss cooler. So the driver can drive, but everyone else is okay to drink beer. We're 16, 17 years old. This makes sense to us. So I was driving back, and I think through South Carolina, I got pulled over in a speed trap area. It's like the only time I've been pulled over in my life. And 4 of the guys in the back of this Suburban were shit-faced drunk and beers everywhere. And the cop pulled me out. Maybe he did make me do an eye test, but I hadn't drank at all. So like I was good. But if that would have happened to me now, I would shit my pants through the ramifications. And I think back to the things that I did in my youth with zero regard, absolute zero regard.
Because the consequences are less dire.
Yeah. Oh my God. So anyways, snow skiing enjoyed by teenagers and the wealthy aristocrats in New England alike.
But you said it was a piss cooler? What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, the piss cooler, right? So if you're drinking beers, you don't want to have to stop every exit to have these guys take a piss. Because
hell no.
You're slamming beers. I mean, we're talking more than 12 beers a person in a car.
Nice. Okay.
You're drinking the beers out of the cooler, so the cooler's now empty. So you can piss in it because it's in the very, very back of the 1990s model. Think Tony Soprano Suburban. That style Suburban, right? That's what we're driving. if you're listening right now, you probably already thought of doing this too. Your mind is golden. You're ready to be neurolinked, and you yourself have probably done this on a road trip because it's more economical than stopping every 15 minutes. You're driving like 12 hours, that'd take forever. And you're young, so you're not worried about sleep.
One of these.
That's right, baby. It's probably same exact color too. Yeah, screenshot that. Well,
that's been 50.
You got anything to say about the Super Bowl?
No, it's boring. It's boring to me. Like the Chiefs and the 49ers, they're there like every year. Like, what the fuck? Who cares anymore?
Any things to say about the swirling conspiracies out there about the NFL?
Which ones? About the Jags? What are you talking about?
Predictions about who was going to be in the Super Bowl based on the logo color. Aaron Rodgers was mentioning that on the Pat McCaffrey show. Allegations that it's rigged. Of course, we go back to one of our episodes. We had that clip, one of those running backs talking about how the NFL is scripted. People were saying that the color scheme for the logo matched for Kansas City and Detroit.
Football, it's so easy to throw a game, let's say.
You think so?
You drop a pass on a third down. If the ref wants to fuck with the game, he call it in one important play, he calls holding, and it fucks the whole game, right? Or like a face, like some bullshit he can call and put the offensive team in such a horrible position in a crucial moment of the game. It happens all the time. Pass interference calls, holding calls. They can just make shit up as they go. And the coaches can get mad and the fans can get mad, but nothing ever happens. The same guys are reffing year in, year out. Nothing ever happens. So they could easily be having people bet on the games on the side, right? Trusted advisors. They know what the outcome's going to be. They make the outcome. Oh, you scored that touchdown? No, you didn't. It's a foul.
It seems like a sport that could be persuaded by the inevitable final calls. More so, the final minutes of a football game, NFL game, have a unique spatial awareness. The time thing works so crucially for the final outcome. It does seem like a sport that the refs could fudge it up. It begins to seem harder, though, to do a full season scripting. Maybe just like a week by week, the call is in and the refs are told to sway the certain game.
There was a commercial about it, right?
Yeah.
That they gave players like the NFL script. They're kind of joking about it.
Because of the ongoing conversation around it. It's been like ongoing for 2 seasons.
It could easily be real.
Yeah, but specifically, like the full season, I think it's harder to do that without like everyone being aware.
No, you let the teams kind of play it out, but you kind of make very discrete decisions in particular games. Yeah. Right? Someone drops a ball. Exactly. The outcomes are so dictate. Like the Ravens this week should have won, I thought. But the guy got a personal foul and then fumbled out the end zone. It changed the whole game. There's like a couple of plays, right? You could, or the ref calls a pass interference call that should have never been called. Happens literally all the time.
Right.
In crucial moments of the game.
It feels highly affectable. But to do the whole season in advance, I think is improbable. But to let the season unfold, to let the cabal run its course based on who's paying up or what market is better. If it's a big enough, broad enough market, it makes sense to put it on the prime time.
And going off your, I'm rolling with you right now. But what bigger markets are there than California and Taylor Swift?
Yeah,
which is essentially what this this fucking
and it
Super
feels
Bowl
like
is about.
It's always been that. Like in my living memory of the NFL, Going back to 9/11, we're getting Patriots and New York Giants.
Where's the Lions-Jaguars Super Bowl, Ryan, that we all wanted?
Yeah, everyone wanted that. Everyone was pulling for that. I would have liked to see the Ravens go. I don't know. There's still a possibility that it's such an entertaining game because it's always so exhilarating and it's entertaining enough that we could get lost in a conspiracy. I mean, this could just be how it goes. We can't prove it. I don't think it's the hit is in at the beginning of the season. I don't think that would be possible. Anything else, though, it's possible.
It's just a game here, a game there, call here, call there. No, I don't think any of it is. That would be too obvious if everything went to a particular pace, right?
And then I think too many people would know, and then it would just be like fully admitted, and not just by a few characters around the NFL. It would just be something that all of them knew about, and if all of them knew about it, then it wouldn't be a secret because friends and family would find out. Of course, people would be loose lips about it.
Someone would give it up.
Hey, what's up, guys? I just wanted to give a shout out on the 50th episode. It was great working with you guys while I was there. You guys have an amazing podcast, great people. I'm still listening. I'm still loving it. You guys are doing it the right way, the way that you guys want to do it. No cheating involved, no fruta, as we would say. So it's just a big shout out to all the guests. You guys are doing something great, man. I love it, and I'm proud to be a part of it, or was a part of it, and just keep doing what you're doing and keep going. So thanks you guys for letting me do this, and thanks for even letting me be on for a little while, and I hugely appreciate it. And here's to another 50.
Hey guys, it's Mag. Just wanted to say congratulations on hitting 50 episodes. It's a big number that you should all be proud of. Keep them coming, and let's get 50 more. Congratulations.
Hey guys, what's going on? Sergio here. I just want to wish best of luck. This is their episode 50. Great stuff. It's a cool milestone. Hopefully there will be many others. It looks like our future is bright in our country, and I think you'll have plenty to talk about for years to come. So, best of luck on your next 50. All right, take care, guys. See ya.
Well, Ryan, it's been a incredible 50th episode. I'm rock hard from this entire process, from this 2 hours of conversation, laughter, joy, celebration. I'm diamonds right now. So any closing thoughts from you?
Love doing it. Love being here. Looking forward to the next 50, baby.
Amen. Baruch Hashem.
Good night, everybody.
That's all I want to hear. Good night.
Juice Boyz.